Hello, dear friends. I would hate to think that I have startled you. I
Ah,
would hate it even more to think that you are not prepared for
I'm
the
not prepared.
events that will transpire tonight.
Fuck.
San, I hate to interrupt you, but we actually do have a question, so we can be prepared. Um, we're not using owlbear, correct?
We are not.
What are we using? Where is that link?
Dear adventurers, we have moved on to bigger and better things. We are using Foundry VTT. There is a link and it should be hold on.
Here it is.
I
I just
think
found
I
it.
think I created a thread.
Yes,
But I don't want to move on.
you have to, Carlos.
No. No.
For your own sake, you have to move on.
No.
Are there any other questions? Can I finish my rambling without being interrupted?
Wow.
Never.
I am so sorry. I'm trying to accommodate our players here.
It's a
You should be.
pretty big
Anyway,
ask.
as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm glad that you've made it, dear friends, patrons, onlookers, bystanders, passers-by, whatever it is that you choose to call yourself this evening. You're seated at our table. And if you know anything about us, you can expect a harrowing tale to begin to unfold right in your very presence. Like I mentioned before, I hope I didn't startle you. But more than that, I hope you're ready for what's next.
So I have another interruption.
Oh, God.
The Foundry link's not working.
San has to have it booted for it to work.
Yes, San. Okay, I'm done interrupting. I promise. I love you.
Hold on. Let me
Okay.
check something.
This is great content.
Oh no. The DM themselves were not prepared.
You're killing me. You're all fucking killing me. And not the good way.
There's a good way.
Killing me softly with your song. Killing me softly with her song.
Hold on. Try that one. Oh wait, it's gotta say. Okay, try that one. See if that one works for ya.
Hello, Squiggles.
Did it work?
It's loading. 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 Nope.
Nope.
No.
You have to have it booted.
I do have it booted.
Boot
I
it.
do, I promise.
Do you? Do you truly?
Let me close Foundry and open it again, question mark? Am I running Foundry as an administrator? I'm not. That might be the problem.
It booted.
It just booted? That's funny because I literally closed it and I'm not in Foundry anymore.
Join game session. I don't know what the password is.
Diabolic designs.
Oh yeah, one word, no lower cases.
Oh, there it is. I
Oh,
fixed
there
it.
it is.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Y'all are lying.
LOL.
Oh, it doesn't like Brave browser.
What's that?
It's a browser that doesn't allow cookies or trackers. all the good stuff that Google uses to like make money off of you.
No. Oh, I see.
There we go.
Invalid password.
There's a space in between Diabolic and Designs.
Duh. Come on, guys. Anyway. Are these things resolved for you now? Please say yes. Question mark?
Loading.
Yeah. I'm just multitasking, and I don't want to offend our Kazakhstan audience, but this job posting is really aggressive for a job in Kazakhstan.
Right. Anyway. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. Twice.
I promise I'm done interrupting.
No, it was I'm glad you did. Dear friends, before we get into the thick of it, before we start having the time of our lives, as it may be, well, of course, we need to start this off the right way. And to do that, someone needs to do the recap.
I vote Dante.
Why me?
Feels like it's been months since you've done it, Dante.
I didn't get to see the play. I genuinely can't do the fucking recap.
Alright, I volunteer Ben to do it on one condition. Nobody can gripe Ben for not saying goodnight to the stream at the end of the session.
Know what the bullshit is. You've been here for several years. We've been doing recaps for several years. So no one is getting out of this. Ben is not doing the recap. Somebody else is. And it's also not going to be Carlos. Be for real.
I did it last week.
It's been years.
I can attempt to do it with my faulty memory.
I believe in you. And remember,
I don't.
you can ask your friends for help. That is okay.
I'm gonna phone a friend.
Remember.
Also,
Don't
our
do that.
videos are up on YouTube. This clearly means y'all don't watch our YouTube videos, which is a
No,
stab
I
in
played
my
the
heart.
sessions.
A stab in my heart.
We have a YouTube.
Yes, we do have it.
You've never given us the link.
Another several. It's like three in a row. Mitchell and then you, just all stabs right to the heart.
I think you're several months behind on uploading stuff.
No, I'm not.
I'll throw Ben in there. Ben's no longer on the good side.
No, that's. And thank you for the fourth stab to the heart. Anybody
Scissor
else
ball.
before? No. Okay, great. And
Small, you
Caesar
wanna get in on
Falls,
this?
exactly. Small.
So,
Small would never betray me. Guys, my links are in my bio, and I've shared the YouTube with you multiple times, as well as the Twitch. But anyway, Joe, do the recap before I cry.
Alright, I'm gonna open up a random video and and see if the viewership suggests that we all watch them.
It does not. It does not suggest that at all.
Well, I don't remember which one was first, but we did. We decided to send Tempo, Chimera, Dream, and Slayer to try to free Mephistopheles from the dreaming. Go to Limbo last week. I know they did both. I don't know if they went to Limbo last week or if that was the week before. Anyways, we had went to find Mephistopheles in Limbo. Found out he was not there. They did some searching around and deduced that someone had taken him, most likely the Vanguard of Terror. So they went back and decided to enter the dreaming, to enter Alex's dream to try to find out where he is and contact him that way. They got to the dreaming, which was a series of different locations with puzzles, and it was very, very guarded. Someone really didn't want us getting through, so we had to fight a whole bunch of wyverns. Chimera became Willy Wonka and had Oompa Loompas that died left and right. It was pretty funny. They went through a little forest that had a bunch of living plants and poisonous things. We cut through there. I don't remember what the last place was. I don't remember where they left off. I think they were about to.
Didn't somebody make a door for us? I dreamed a door.
Yeah, there was a door dreamed, and then we went into a jungle area.
Yeah, there was a door dream. We did the jungle. I think after the jungle was the throne room.
No, there was there was a room with many doors going everywhere, and then Willy Wonka called down a glass elevator. We found it called throne room.
Yep.
Yes, and the throne room they deduced was an illusion, so they broke the illusion, and it became like a more demonic throne room, more suiting of Alex's taste. And it had, I think Igwaliv was there when we broke it, or someone was there.
No,
no. He wasn't in his throne, and somebody dreamed that he was in the throne.
Yeah, that's a very Ben move to do. Ben,
yeah, I think Ben did that. Yeah,
I dreamed him into his throne.
Yep.
And I don't remember what happened after that, or if that's where we stopped.
That's my.
That is
meanwhile.
Just. Oh, sorry. Yep. Go ahead. Keep going.
I was going to say, meanwhile, back at the circus, Atlantis finally put on the first showing of his play, The Once and Future King, to rave reviews and standing applause, and Stark couldn't make it, even though an invitation was sent, but probably never got there. And it was a very good moment for Atlantis.
And the episode was named "And the Tony Goes Too."
Yes.
It was. And just for reference, y'all, if you do look at our YouTube channel, you can see the progress from our very first uploaded game, which was the fight in Ajaib with the vampire, the ancient blood leech, all the way to now. You will see a very, very noticeable difference in the quality of our streams, and it's not only our roleplay, but also just all the tools that we have. But a beautiful recap. Take your well-deserved point of inspiration. But before we move on, Small had a question. Speak your question, Small. What's up? LOL. Okay, if you remember, just ping me. It's fine. It's fine. She forgot. Um, but with that being said, recap done. Um, y'all already know that the type of story we tell here um can can get a little off the rails. So before we continue forward, we once again need to step backwards in time. There's much to be said about nobility, even more to be said for those who take it by sheer force. A seat of power, the range of affluence. All of those things mean something very different to someone born amongst them. But for someone like Stark van Heinrich, it is very, very apparent that power, status, money are perhaps some of the greatest weaknesses that can overcome even an immortal soul. The harrowing completed, and Stark finally awake. An evening has passed since Faust found you, opening your eyes finally after days of rest. And you two shared a moment. Like any sire would to their kin. But now, Stark, since that day is past, though not wanting to bother you, Victor and Godfrey have filled you in on what's transpired in your absence. House Mata has all but fallen apart. Each of the daughters of the Queen have seemed to go off in their own respects. Some attempting to make a name for themselves, to find their lost mother, and others disappearing completely. The state of affairs there have fallen to ruin, and the other houses are also vying for power. The vacuum that the power has left is palpable in Darkhold, and now, more than ever, Godfrey and Victor urge you to act. But amidst this, even you could not be prepared for what would happen next. You find yourself at your organ. A large mantelpiece that is perhaps one of your few reprises from the darkness that surrounds you. The melody that plays from your fingertips and throughout the manor almost croons with sadness, loneliness, like being forgotten. When Loon interrupts. My lord. There is an unexpected visitor. What would you like me to do?
Carlos, are you muted?
Sorry, I was dying. A visitor, you say? Now, who would come to bother me? In the middle of the night.
He says he's expected.
Very well. Show them in, Loon.
It's not long before you can smell, much before you see this creature. Dog begins to coat the entirety of the manor. The very palpable scent of a lupine. And the heavy footsteps that accompany loons are that of a creature you had previously met in the world, the waking one, and recently met again in the dreaming. Bloodhound stands before you.
Ah. So you finally arrived.
If anything, I thought you forgot that I was coming.
How could I? I was the one that invited you in the first place.
I'm still not
Still.
sure why. This doesn't make sense. I understand that you still blame me for what happened. I blame me. I don't know why I came myself, but I guess I just hoped that, or thought that. Never the mind. You've brought me all the way across this damned countryside. What is it that's so important in Darkhold?
Well, there is a spirit that wishes to meet with us. Something about
Something about. About what? No need to be so cryptic.
Oh. All these years and I thought you'd knew me.
We met when we were kids. Grew up together in some cages. If you can even call it that. I don't know you, and you shouldn't presume to know me either. Let's get on with it. What about the spirit, and what does it want with me?
Well, my dearest dog. For some reason, this spirit wanted to gather pure-blooded creatures, such as you and myself. No. Reached out to you is because you are the only one that I know of. Something grand is going on behind the scenes. Something that could spell the doom of, well, everything. I'm
Yeah, none of that really means anything to me. Just more cryptic bullshit. Just... If
not
that's the
entirely
case...
sure.
What do you mean?
I've debated. All these years, I have debated tracking you down. I fought against.
You're cutting out, Carlos.
God damn it. My Discord is dying for some fucking reason. I don't rightly know anything. I've thought myself on this decision. My mind has torn countless times, asking why, or if I should even contact you at all.
In the end, it seems you gave in.
Perhaps a side of me still sees an old friend in you.
Don't kid yourself. You never
I
cared
wish.
for me.
Is that what you think?
He looks a little taken aback when you say this. And for the first time, his very tense glare drops away from your own eye contact. And he seems to just notice the room he's standing in and starts to take stock of everything in it. At least you've done well for yourself. Mansion. Maid. Which I do believe it's questionable that you have a pit fiend in a maid's outfit. But I won't judge you in your life choices.
Yes, well, I could be doing better.
You could be doing worse.
That as
Could
well.
be a wandering flea bag. Or, how did you put it? There's a knock on the door that interrupts the silence. Godfrey slowly slithers in. I just heard we had a visitor, and I came to visit. Hello, I'm Godfrey. Very, very nice too. What is that smell?
Godfrey. Leave.
Yes, right away, Lord Stark. There was something really important I had to tell you. I mean, if you have a sec, if not, I'll come back. But,
Quickly.
okay. Well, one of the daughters of Matar here. She seems quite distressed.
Here. Seems I'm getting a lot of visitors.
She had been here in the last
Where
2
is
days,
she?
but I had turned her away then, and she's back again now, because it seems that the problem has progressed. She's in the main hall. I tried to keep her outside, but she barged her way in.
I'm sorry, this is business. Stark looks over at the dog. Work and all that. If you wouldn't mind.
Please, go on ahead. I'm sure that your duties keep you busy. For now, I'm going to find somewhere comfortable to set up camp. It won't be hard to find you. And it won't be hard to find me.
Yes.
So when the time comes and you're ready for this conversation with your spirit friend, I'll be nearby. He pushes past Godfrey and out the door. That was interesting. My lord, who was that?
That, my dear friend, my dear child, is my brother. The closest thing to.
It looks like Godfrey has something to say to this, but doesn't exactly speak on it. You can see the gears twisting and turning, though.
Now, take me to this princess.
Yes, right away, my lord. She's just here, in leading you into the foyer. You can hear first the dramatic sobs of a woman hanging off of Victor's shoulders. Taiga, on the other side, continuously handing handkerchiefs and napkins to her that she drenches with the blood seeping from her eyes, and in the same motion drops to the ground, which Pringles is unfortunately nibbling away at.
Is it Lily? Is it fucking Lily?
It is not.
Oh,
It
thank God.
is- Hold on while I put the image up. 1 second. Okay. And you can hear, through her sobs, some broken words, partial phrases. They're gone. All of them. They don't even know where to look for them now.
What's with all the noise? Some of us are trying to brood in peace.
Oh, thank God the Lord Stark is here, because I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I have the
Okay.
strength.
Okay. Let's calm down, okay? Enough with the screaming. What's going on?
It's just terrible. It's just awful. It really is.
Yes, I've heard that part like 3 times already. What is awful?
First my mother, and now my sisters too. Lord Van Heinrich, they're all gone. I don't know where they could be. None of them have returned. I can't see them anymore. It's just me alone. Oh, it's terrible! The humanity of it all. Well, the inhumanity, but the point is still the same.
Stark quickly 180s and stares at Victor, an unbelievably large grin on Stark's face. Please, Victor, get the princess here something to drink.
Just terrible. It's just so terrible. They've left me all alone. How am I ever going to survive this? I can't do anything on my own.
All right, sorry.
When Victor returns, he hands it to you. She's in the meantime, of course, thrown herself onto you as soon as you stepped into the room. You've got crimson blood from the tears she's crying, dappling your shirt now. Luckily, it too, of course, is a deep blood red.
Dry those tears, and you'll lose all that blood. Here, drink this. He hands her the chalice.
Thank you.
Of course. You are my guest, after all. Now, I know nothing. So, let's start from the beginning. What do you mean they've disappeared?
Well, shortly after our mother disappeared, we began talks of what to do next. Some of my sisters thought it would be best to blaze on to make sure that we took the rightful place on the throne rather than someone else. While others thought this blasphemous and that we should work towards saving our mother overall. This caused a split. Several left. And though I kept in contact with them, being on the outs, since I did not choose a side, they assured me that they would be okay wherever they were, and that they wouldn't get hurt trying to find our mother. But they were the first that I stopped hearing from, and when I told my sisters, most of them wanted nothing to do with them, calling them traitors, calling them all sorts of things. But in the end, I convinced a few of them. They too disappeared. The sisters that remained were furious that I had egged my other sisters on to look for our family. But it wasn't my fault. It wasn't as if I had done this to hurt them. It wasn't as if I had done anything besides want our family back together. I was ousted from our own home.
Poor thing. How cold.
It gets
To be
worse.
Continue, please.
You only know the part of it. When I went back days later to try to make amends with my sisters that were still in our home, they were gone. And though I reached out to them via our bloodline, I felt nothing from any of them. All of them are gone. Lord Van Heinrich, Clan Mata. Someone is killing off Clan Mata. I'm afraid I am the only of my clan left.
I see.
I knew nowhere else to turn to.
Well, you've come to the right clan. I hold no ill will against any of you. Well, I feel empathy for many of you. You say your siblings are dead. Yes.
You, as well as I, know very well that the bond created in immortality through the blood is one that connects us in many ways. Some of my sisters were given gifts. Mine is empathy. Being an empath of a certain age, it has also gifted me with the ability to feel and to communicate with resonances of a psychic kind. That connection. Connections.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Gently start patting on her head like he would Pringles.
Pringles
You
gets
are-
jealous and starts to nibble on your ankle.
Wait your turn, Pringles. Come. Well. Your sisters are gone. Matter has fallen apart. Darkhold is not long after. With the disappearance of the entirety of matter, other than yourself, chaos will ensue. Every clan across Darkhold will be vying for the seat of King or Queen of Darkhold. So tell me, Princess, what is it you want to do?
I do not know. I have always been far too weak by my emotions. My mother, my sisters, they've always done everything to protect me. Make sure that I was okay. And that I would be cared for, looked after. But now that they're gone, I am nothing. I'm a burden.
Never. You rid yourself of those thoughts. Your empathy, your feelings, are not a curse, but a blessing. In a world filled with emptiness, that which is Darkhold. Your feelings. Bring life to the undead. In a sense, I suppose. You have my condolences. I am sorry you have lost your family. But you are not the only one. Many around Darkhold have lost family, myself included.
Do you mean that circus? I noticed that they left town, and then, well, that you're still here. Weren't you? Or affiliated with them?
Yes, I am affiliated with them, yes. I could not leave with them, however. I still have business here. I have to look after my children. And, well, there's a few friends in Darkhold I have to protect. Princess, something needs to be done.
What? What could be done? The only thing these things have in common is that the daughters of Mata are gone, but I checked our manor, and there is no trace of what happened to them. I wasn't able to calm myself enough to use my own gift, my only curse, to do something.
Then perhaps you need assistance.
What do you, would you really go back to that tombstone and attempt to read it with me?
Well, naturally, I cannot do this without something in return. You know the rules of favors among kindred, do you not?
I do. Yes. But
A boon for a boon.
I must say that you should ask this of someone more capable than me. I don't know that there would ever be a boon I could offer you that would be worth this. What you're doing now. The price is... But if I can, I will. If it means finding my sisters, I will give everything I have and everything I don't.
Then it is a deal stained in blood.
In blood. And she reaches towards you.
As does Stark.
And as your hands meet, she digs a nail into your palm, and you do the same, pricking each other's palms and signing this pact in blood.
Now, the sooner, the better, I would say. If you are... How should I put this? If you're not too drained, shall we have a look?
Yes.
Then lead the way, princess.
Okay. As we fade to black. As Stark and the last princess of House Mata make their way back to the estate. Far from the waking world, in all of its dark nightmares, the dreaming holds, a different, but equally frightening horizon ahead. Tempo, Chimera, Dream, and Slayer. You watched the apparition of Mephistopheles appear and in the same moment dissipate. The hall ahead of you slowly change and drop its facade to reveal its true form. And the voice that assailed you and certified that you would be punished for your trespassing is clearly not an ally, and surely not a creature that has any of your best interest in mind. Do. And bam. And I'm just grabbing one thing. Hold on 1 second. Where the heck? Is the button? Aha, here it is. All right, bam. Can you guys can see the map now, right? The throne room.
Yes, and dark vision.
Yep. Same thing. I got a globe of vision going.
All right, and remember you can change your vision settings for your specific character as well. But it's
I can't believe it. I'm not there.
but it's the center of the room that draws your attention. Why won't it? It won't put the thing down. Maybe I can't drag and drop. I'm gonna use this for now, because the token I'm trying to use won't pop up. But a dark, shadowed form, bearing Mephistophelex's resemblance, begins to form from the same place where the version Dream conjured was disapparated from, as it leaps off of the throne and soars into the air above. The voice that echoed throughout this chamber rings out once again. You and your false gods will tremble beneath the feet of the all-powerful, of the all-beautiful, of the opulent. And we already started with initiative rolls, and they're already up in combat. So I will...
Are you quite certain you did not want to add any more adjectives to that name?
Yeah, he could have added like 3 more. Come on.
How do you pan in this?
Right click and drag.
Yep.
LOL. Just seeing you guys freak out on the map is a little extra.
All the mice moving around.
All the little mice moving around. We all rolled initiative already. Lucky for me, I get to go first, which we love. We're gonna begin combat. And as the shadow of Mephistopheles lurches forward, it first begins to dash down towards you, Tempo.
Does, oh. It does have a token.
Yeah, it's just kind of blending in.
Let me see if I can. I might have. It's. I might be able to grab one that's a little better. A cuter one. But that was what I was having trouble doing before. The token wouldn't upload, but not too worried about it right now. I can fix it in a hot second. I'll move him over one space so he's in a brighter spot. But unfortunately for you, Tempo, as the shadow of Mephistopheles bears down on you, it makes several attacks. An 18 to hit.
Does not hit.
How about a 32?
That hits.
Is it close?
No.
To you mean?
No. It's close to hitting.
No.
Ooh. Whoa, cone templates? That's cool. The AoEs on this thing are dope. Cool. That's gonna hit you, and it's gonna deal 22 force damage and 14
As my reaction. Oh, sorry, 22, and you said 14. How much?
acid.
Okay. 22, 14. Okay. As my reaction, I'll use the damage absorption in my armor. I already have 44 stored. Actually, hold on. Go to employee for yourself as an action. So here's a question.
Yeah.
It says I can absorb the damage as a pool and then use that pool to give myself temp HP. So the temp HP, if I've already used the pool to fill the temp HP, that no longer counts towards that pool?
How do you mean?
Like if I've already used it to give myself temp HP, now the pool of damage that I can store is technically empty.
Right, like if you emptied it out to give temp HP to yourself or someone else, then it would no longer
Okay.
be available to use for other things. It's a resource, so it's exactly how
Okay.
you think it works.
Okay, cool. Okay, in that case, I can absorb the entire thing, which is 26. So I will absorb that damage and add it to the pool.
And you get to make an attack of opportunity as the shadow of Mephistopheles floats 15 feet above your head.
And I will use that, what is it, Warcaster that lets me use a spell as an opportunity attack. Let's see. And opportunity attacks have to be a melee attack, right?
Yes, unless you have Warcaster.
Well, I do have Warcaster, but I'm in like melee spell. I'm going to do.
No,
It doesn't
it
have
can
to
be
a melee
ranged?
spell.
Okay,
it can
as
be
long
any
as it
spell,
is.
as long as it is an
Okay.
action and it targets one creature, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to do Chill Touch. And I will get my dice here. My little clickety clack. Oh. 24 to hit.
A 24 will miss
Damn. Okay.
as it raises a hand, and you watch as the shadow of Mephistopheles conjures a barrier in front of you.
And there's a brief flash as like a ghostly mechanical hand reaches out to try to touch him, but hits the barrier and disappears.
And you seem to not be able to break through the shield they've conjured.
Very well.
All right. The Willy Wonka will like to do a legendary action. And he's going to pull out his chocolate flute, summon up 5 Oompa Loompas, and then he's going to point to Slayer and say, help him. One of them is going to, like, hold his ammo. Another one is going to, like, offer up their shoulder to steady the rifle. One might even give him a back rub, but at the end of the day, they're all offering aid. So the next 5 shots all benefit from aid for Slayer.
Nice, and I'll use this opportunity to make a reaction shot at the shade here. Placing my rifle on top of one of the Oompa Loompas' heads, of course.
The force of the gun firing shatters his skull.
Please.
Meep, meep, meep.
I live
That's
for the
the-
legendary action into the reaction. Like, come on, team synergy.
So are you saying that's an Oompa Loompa Doompity Doo?
Or as this
Chris?
brain damaged Oompa Loompa would say, oomp, 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 oomp.
I'm gonna need you all to cease and desist before Time Warner comes at us with a lawsuit.
A 52, please.
Okay, that would be an Oompa Loompa Doompity Don't.
52 to hit?
The shade, yeah.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Yeah, definitely misses.
I don't think I've ever seen an attack roll that high. Jesus.
Uh, 40 damage, please. Piercing, non-magical.
And it rips a hole through the entire form of this creature. It's focused on defending against Tempo's attacks. And it doesn't even see the bullet rushing towards it.
You may continue your turns.
All right, and sorry, I think I said aid. It's actually help that they're all giving Slayer.
Yeah, I
Nice.
figured.
Yeah, I use my elven accuracy as well.
Okay.
Next in initiative. Slayer, unleash a round, and as it turns towards you, seeing that you're assailing it, slowly begins to lurch forward. But you have the chance to act.
What was it, my turn?
It is.
Okay. I'm going to kind of slip between these Oompa Loompas and take cover in the corner of the room and reaffix my rifle on the shade. And we will take the attack action, but my first attack will need to be reloading. A 46 to hit, please.
And another almost sonically amplified round blazes through the air and blows a hole through the form of the shadow, which begins to quickly reform.
I'll use my next attack per action to reload, and I will shoot once more. $55 to hit.
Blows off half of this form's body. One of the wings disappears and it starts to dip down very slightly, but again, continuously reforming itself.
And another 49 damage, please.
Alright, copy that. And you just watch as this almost sonically amplified marvel of technology gets pulled off of Slayer's back and racks and releases several rounds in the matter of a second, faster than you can even discern the bullets from their sounds. End of your turn?
No, not just yet. I'm going to use a reaction to reload my gun, and I will then use a bonus action to use my sidearm, and I will throw my dagger. A 44 to hit.
Will hit.
Please make a con save of 10.
Mm, 12.
You'll pass. You just take the oh crap, what was it? 21 piercing damage from my dagger, and you'll see Slayer kind of reach from his belt and whip a dagger that kind of has a lot of technology on it for such a small piece of weaponry. And underhand it's thrown, and the second it sinks into the shade, it's just going to disappear and teleport right back into his sheath on his hip. And that will give me another reaction after using my sidearm, to which I will use Mark, which will ready an attack for the beginning of the Shade's turn, which will be an automatic crit. And I will end turn.
Alright.
Alright, legendary action. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing, but now...
I'm going to take priority on the legendary action. So I'll go first and then you, just because I'm higher in initiative order.
Oh, DM's prerogative.
Okay?
The legendary reaction wars.
I know. This is why you don't give your players legendary actions. Because now you gotta fight with them to use your fucking legendary actions.
I'm not fighting with you. You're more fighting with me.
It's true. It's true. You're not wrong. Almost instantaneously, the shadow continues to fall apart after these 3 sonic rounds are driven through it. And the shadow disappears. But much to your chagrin, only to reappear in front of you, Slayer. Now you may take your legendary action, Willy Wonka.
Okay, same thing, except now this time Dream is getting 5 Oompa Loompas as aid, helpers.
This is terrifying.
Don't forget, though, they are all CR 1/4.
It's still terrifying. Oh, here, let me do this. Actually, this will make life easier. I'm gonna make these tokens friendly, that way you can move them. Can you move them now? I think they were like that, yeah.
I'm trying. I'm not having any luck. Mitch, Ben?
Moving
I'm not
anything?
having any luck.
Yeah, no.
I can't move anyone's token but my own.
Confirmed, yes.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Oh, here we go. I know how to do it now, but that doesn't really help. So I'll just move them for you, if need be. All right. That was my legendary action. That was your legendary action, right? All set with that?
Mm-hmm.
It will go to Tempo.
Hmm.
Oop.
Huh? Oh, thought Chris had something. At the start of my turn, I will be using Time Bandit from the chronolometer. I will roll a d6, and depending on what I roll, depends on what effect I get. Let's... Oh, that's a good one. I rolled a 3, which means that I essentially slow down time, and I'm basically hasted. I get an additional action, and I double my speed until the end of my turn. As voice line, Tempo will look back at the shadow and says, I am currently unsure if you are the one we are truly looking for, but if you are, you should know that your comrades at the Cirque du Magnifique are looking for you. And we have come to collect you. And he will... Just so much he can do. Actually, I do know what I'm going to do. I am going to... 1 minute. Bonus action, Dimensional Cloak. For 1 minute, I get advantage on stealth checks, and all attack rolls against me have disadvantage. As he taps into the dimensional loop to use that. And for his action, he will attempt to... What does this do? I'm going to use the far gear to use Unnatural Bane. Actually, no, he could probably save that. That's a pretty low DC. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I am going to... Where's the armor? Instead, as an action, I'm going to use my Projected Barrier as his 2 lower arms reach up and open a compartment at the bottom of his chest, and a couple dozen little flying I can't even think of what they're called. They
Duodrons?
Yeah, I'll say they're like tiny modrons. Where is the shade? He disappeared on me. Wait, did he go invisible? Did I miss that? Or did he just disappear?
He's right here.
Oh, I don't see him on my screen. Oh, I can highlight him, but I don't see him. That's weird.
Looks like a rogue icon now.
Anyways, they fly out and surround the shadow and create a force wall, which is an inch thick wall, basically a large sphere around the shadow. It does have AC and hit points, so it can be broken through, but it prevents anything from passing through it.
How big is it?
It is up to 100 by 100 feet and 1 inch thick.
So how big are you making it, is what I meant to ask.
Let's say 10 feet. A 10-foot sphere. That was action, bonus action. And I will not use my movement, so that is the end of my turn.
Nice. We love the quick thinking. And you're able to interpose this barrier around the flying shadow, saving Slayer from the oncoming attack. Oh, is the end of your turn?
Yes.
Legendary action. Just in the nick of time, the barrier interposes itself between Slayer and the shadow as the shadow was rearing down to slam into Slayer with raised claws. A 23 to hit the barrier.
That's a hit.
24 force and 16 acid.
Bring up my calculator, so that's 40 damage. As it
As the
makes a little chip in the wall.
Okay. Dream, you watch as all this continues to transpire, and you begin to step into action. It is your turn.
Oh, in that case, Oompa Loompa, yada yada yada, 5 little helpers for tempo.
We need to get a sound effect for that whistle.
The shadow constrained for the moment. I'm going to turn my attention to the situation at hand. And try to decipher what's actually going on here and where Alex is. If I was planting a dream trap for a bunch of people, where would I keep Alex?
Okay. You're making a check?
And my insight roll is a 19.
I need you to roll with disadvantage.
Ooh, disadvantage. Uh, 23 or 19, so 19 stands.
Alex is clearly not here. Or this shadow form of them could be a piece of that, but this was clearly a trap. They were clearly waiting for you. And you can only think of someone so ingenious and manipulative. Someone who thinks far enough ahead to be able to pull off something like this. You're pretty sure that your mother is at the core of this in some way, but none of this looks familiar. It looks closer to something out of a hellscape than it does any realm of the Feywild. And it is, as far as you know, not exactly the domain of any of your compatriots here currently, as well as it doesn't exactly seem like the disembodied voice is that of Mephistopheles as well, because, well, here's to hoping that someone would know what he sounds like. As far as you can tell, Mephistopheles is not here.
Okay, does that take my action?
The insight check, yes.
Okay. bonus action. I am going to sweep Crescent's wings out over me, shielding us, taking the defend bonus action, and I will start to concentrate. And that's it.
Okay, end of your turn. Legendary action. The shadow relentlessly smashes against the force field once again for 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
22 force damage and 13 acid.
All right, as he continues to chip at it. Over the table, this wall does have a high HP. So he
How
could be
high?
chipping for a while. It started at 2,000.
Huh?
Yeah. That's what the thing says, unless it was a typo.
It's probably a typo. I doubt it's 2,000. Huh? 2,000. Boy.
It's part of the armor that Z made for Tempo. It is from Projected Barrier, which had an AC of 18 and hit points equal to 5 times my level, which was 100. And then Force Wall is even stronger, which has the amount of HP Projected Barrier had times my level, so 100 times 20.
Oh. Well, this is why we playtest things, y'all. We will. Yeah. 2,000 is too much. 200. 200 is okay. 2,000 is far, far too much. So we'll bring it down to 2,000 and I'll relook at the math on some of that.
Okay.
LOL.
So we want to bring it down to 200 instead of 2,000?
Please and thank you.
Okay. Okay.
And that will bring us to Willy Wonka's turn.
All right. There's like a bunch of like statues here on the map. Looking at them, does it seem like they would give me like half or quarter cover standing behind them?
Yeah, you could definitely get quarter cover at least. I would say some of the
Okay.
larger pillars, like these ones here that are fully standing, will give you I'll say that if you're standing completely behind it, depending on the directionality, it could give you full or half cover. All the statues will give you 3/4 though.
Okay. I'm going to go over here. I guess over here just to give us space. Or just to sort of be behind it. And then I'm going to hold an action. Specifically, I'm going to hold this spell, Chocolate Spurt. Sounds... Nope, no, it's Chocolate Squirt.
All right.
That's worse.
Yep, that's words.
I like how much that tickled Ben.
I I wanted to make something dirty, but it was just too easy. I couldn't figure it out.
It was already dirty. It was already there.
Oldest one in the room with the most infantile humor.
You said duty.
Literally hours ago. So over it. Alright, holding its spell. That was movement.
All right, and then the trigger for the held spell will be if Buddy escapes from the force field, he's getting a chocolate squirt. I'm going to make myself that song.
Why?
Alright. With that being said, that's your action. You have a bonus action, and you can also move your goblins.
I'll just remove them to be like close to the people they're assisting. So I think like Slayers moved away from them. So they'll just like cluster up and like continue with like the shoulder rubs. Like one's giving like a pep talk of like, "You're doing really good." Like emotional support, emotional help, not just like physical.
Oh, ew, you guys are seeing everything in gray?
Yeah.
Well, mine is in red.
It depends on if you have dark vision on or not. I turned off dark vision.
Yeah, turn off dark vision. So that way you can see all the colors.
No,
I
the
still
one
don't-
color.
Well, I mean, it's red. The map itself is red, but there's gradients and colors and definition. And
There's
whatnot.
some pink over there.
Shut up, Joe.
Okay.
I especially like the crimson and the rouge.
Ben gets it. Ben gets it.
The hint of vermilion was really what got me.
Honestly, and I did not think it was going to come through, so I added some gold copper tones and a little bit of a very deep verdant green into some of those undershadows. I think it really brings everything out, because you know those red-green complements, as well as that mauve, don't get me started. Anyway.
Look, I'm red-green colorblind, so.
Just keep dark vision on.
LOL.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, you can see it now better? Yeah. I realized because I clicked on your token, and whenever I click on your tokens, I can see how y'all see things.
Yeah, I just turned my visor to a different setting real quick.
LOL. That is the end of Chimera's turn. We go back to the top of initiative. I'm pretty sure Slayer rolled above a 20, so I don't hit my layer first. But I do hit my action first, because I get to go first. And yeah, it's gotta burst through this wall. Actually, it doesn't. Seeing that it can't get through the wall with pure damage, it is going to teleport, activating your reaction.
It's using an action?
It is using an action.
Okay.
Alright, so as it escapes, a daisy on my lapel is going to erupt with chocolate, and I'm going to shoot a jet of hot chocolate at the baddie.
Yeah.
And the creature is now covered in hardening chocolate, and they must pass a DC 20 strength check, or they are restrained in chocolate.
And while you roll that, it says when the first action is taken, I get to shoot them. So would that be after or before their teleport?
You said, what is it specifically?
When they take their first action, I shoot them. That's the trigger. So would that be before or after the teleport?
I think it'd be after, because you wouldn't be able to target them before.
Okay.
Because they're in a force field bubble. Or they were in a force field bubble.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, is my shot being negated through the force field, or do I get to shoot after they teleport?
After they teleport.
Okay. Go ahead and make that chocolate save, DC 20.
Yeah, DC 20 strength check.
Oh, schmeezy. Uh, 22.
That's greater than 20. Nothing happens then.
And, oh wait, hold on a second.
Wait, you guys can't see Slayer either. Huh.
No,
I can
Claire's
see
out of
Slayer.
my vision range.
I can see Slayer. I just don't see the shadow right now.
I turned my vision range all the way up.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah,
please,
you should definitely turn it all the way up.
please take
Oh, okay.
53 damage.
Oh, you can't see them because you don't have line of sight. That's why. That's actually really cool. So I clicked on your token, and it's because you're behind this column, and I forgot that the columns,
Oh, they're
determine line of
coded it?
sight.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
total sense.
So if you move, you can actually, if you move yourself to the left and right, you'll actually see that the tokens start to pop up again.
Yeah, that's really slick.
Because I forgot that they do all the walls.
I don't know. Still not working for me, but I think I know where the shadow is. Right next to Slayer, right?
Do you have to program that in, or is there like...
It's because I made the map is itself 3D with a bunch of lighting and things like that. So it ported that information into Foundry apparently.
Oh,
Uh,
that's pretty slick.
when it lands, I do 53 damage on my shot.
53 damage. All right. Half damage is not halfing.
Hey, Mitch, don't forget to crit fish off the help.
Ooh, no need, because that was an automatic crit, but I
It's
will
marked,
take
yeah.
that help on my turn, don't you worry.
Awesome.
That was my action. It actually does go to your turn now, Slayer. Unless there's a legendary action after my turn.
Nope. Oh, actually, you're free. Nope, not doing it.
I am going to... hit a switch on my belt and go greater invisible.
Okay.
I'm then going to action surge, or actually I don't even need to. I'm going to use my reaction to... Hold on a second.
Are you guys messaging each other?
No.
I just messaged everyone that the boss was spawning.
Okay. I'll use a reaction to start my invisibility. I will then run away, provoking opportunity if you want it.
I will take it. Uh, 24 to hit.
One moment, please. Was that with disadvantage?
It is not with disadvantage.
Ooh, please, I'm invisible. Please use a disadvantage.
I can see invisible creatures.
Oh no! Meets beats unless I can find something here.
You
I
can't.
think you got me.
You're going to take 20 force damage and an additional 12 acid.
As an action, with the chronometer, I will use Fate Swap. When a creature within 30 feet of me takes damage, that creature gains an additional action if it's the creature's turn. Or if
What?
it's not their turn, they can immediately take an action.
He does not need more actions.
Oh.
So take an additional action, Slayer.
Okay,
He
let me
doesn't
start.
need it, though.
Let me
Holy
do the
shit.
maths over here.
No, wait. Wait. Let me tell you something. Before you kill my boss with your several thousand action reactions, action surge in a turn. I didn't get to do my cool thing yet.
And as Timbo pulls out his balance, he sees it's off balance and just kind of taps one of his fingers on the higher side and pushes it back down until it's balanced again. As he's looking directly at Slayer.
And Slayer, you slip through the Shadow's fingers as you dodge and dive roll over an Oompa Loompa. And slide into place nearby Tempo. Almost like you are moving faster through time. When you look over to Tempo, you see them holding a scale, but you watch the rest of the battlefield and the world almost move in slow motion. Tempo just nods at you, knowingly.
And I will forego advantage on these attacks so that I can get another attack. So we'll start with. I just gotta keep track of it as I shoot.
You have an extra action right now because of Tempo.
$37 to hit.
Will hit.
Crit, baby, a free one.
Ooh. I put those cat treats.
I auto hit this guy.
Did we lose Mitchell?
Doing math. Does a 36 hit?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, these two hit rolls. That's insane.
Don't kill him.
Plus 36, plus 28.
He never misses, but he never does anything magical. That's the
Please
caveat.
take 291 physical damage and make a con save, please.
291
My God.
is 1
I can divide that by 2 if you need.
D, please.
That's 145.
And a
For the
constitution.
record, Nick, it was the con save that got me at the end.
It's only for D4 poison.
Yeah, it's literally a D4 poison, which I'm going. I don't need to take it.
And that will include my bonus action, so I'll gain a reaction at the end of my turn. And I will. That's action, bonus action, reaction. I'm going to use an action surge.
What's that? 3 actions in 1 turn? Okay.
And I could do more damage, but I will not. And I'm going to actually grappling hook to a better position. And from off my belt, a hook shoots out to this corner of the wall and launches me 60 foot. And I'll land like on the throne to be classy.
I love it.
And then I will use a mark.
Get out of here.
And that's end turn.
There we go. All right. What an amazing turn it was indeed. You completely disapparate the shadow. It disappears. And as it does so, you hear the voice tremble out across the chamber once again. Fools! You are only working faster to your own demise. You dare come to this realm, the realm of the Dark Prince, the Shadow King, to defy his will. For this, you will suffer. Now, Mitchell, dearest Slayer,
I was having some mic troubles there.
actually, no. No, I won't. Everyone in the room must make a wisdom saving throw.
We hate those.
As the voice echoes, I was going to do something else, but I'm going to do this instead. As the voice goes and booms. Kneel before your king.
Is this a charm?
Why do I feel a disturbance in the force?
LOL. I believe it is.
Do we automatically pass if we're immune to charm?
Actually, it is not a charm. I had to double check. Command is not a charm. It's just the wisdom saving throw.
I don't have any for this.
Yes! I'll take a 21.
Natural 20 for a 22.
LOL.
I don't know if it's going to beat it, but
Everyone else? Willy Wonka?
Sorry, I'm looking at my dice options and they're ugly.
27.
Still dice shopping? Question mark?
No, I found a pretty one. Oh, 19 plus 10.
Is that
That was
19 plus 10 as Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I got a plus 10 on my wisdom and I rolled a 19.
Okay. Willy Wonka and Dream are able to resist the urge, but the rest of you fall to your knees. The save was 23. You are knocked. You are
Literally
prone,
could not pass that.
and two. Bam, bam. You are prone, and I think I can. Bam. Now you have a little prone sign status effect. Prone. And I'm gonna put this over there. That was my that was the layer action.
Why do I own so many ugly dice?
That is a great question that only you can answer. It's gonna go to I think actually there we're gonna fade to black on the battle and pull ourselves away at this moment where Dream and Willy Wonka, you watch as your comrades literally fall to the ground and shadows begin to culminate in the room and coalesce in the center, slowly forming something new. However, the main grounds of Cirque Magnifique, the greatest story that has ever been told, just hit the public with artistic revelations never before seen. The once and future king has lit up Neverwinter, and people from far and wide are already purchasing tickets for tonight's showing, the second night, which has more than sold out. The overflow is something that the circus has yet to deal with. They're not even quite sure what to do about it, but all that means nothing to our dear director, not right now. There are worse problems to have, and well, he has one of them. As he begins to wake up from his slumber to find, as he stretches his arms, he is not alone.
Oh, what in the world? He looks over. Man, look. What did I? Leonard pulls himself out of bed and looks her looking at Melinda and then looks around the room.
As you make such a rustle, she gets a bit startled as another figure begins to rustle under the covers too, and one of the bringers pops their head out from the blanket.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make such a noise. And then he takes a moment and starts trying to think of how he got into this situation, and then he remembers the rap party and the bountiful quantities of alcohol they all consume.
No, it's okay. I was getting up anyway. But I mean, since you're the first one up, why don't you get us some breakfast, Hanson?
Perhaps you could join me in the kitchen for a moment. As he turns and walks off to his little kitchen area where he normally prepares his foods and is in his room.
Before you hear, and before you leave, you hear, was that your tentacle or was that his last night? Step into the kitchen and find that the great mess hall, and find that there are plenty of circus performers here already sat down eating. Several of the bringers making meals, serving them out to the different crew members.
As soon as he steps in, Atlantis grabs him by the collar and pulls him over to a corner where hopefully out of earshot of anybody. Now listen to me and listen to me well. What happened last night does not get out to anyone, especially not to Gloombringer. If he found out that he might actually be good at something, his ego would swell to never before seen proportions.
You do know I am technically Gloombringer, right?
Yes, I understand that, but do not tell the Gloombringer. Wait, can he read your mind? Does he already know that it's happened?
Well, and as you say
Oh,
that,
no.
he kind of gestures behind you, and there's Gloombringer, very patiently tapping his foot.
And he lets go of the bringer and kind of smooths out his shirt a little bit where he was grabbing it. And he makes an about face to face Gloombringer.
And the bringer whispers in your ear, to answer your telepathy question, yes. And he scoots away.
Good morning, Gloombringer.
Good morning, Atlantis.
The awkward silence is palpable.
I will assume you already know what happened.
Yes. And, well, that's not the reason I'm here.
Mitch doesn't know. I don't know if I want to tell him or not. Atlantis woke up next to Melinda and one of the bringers.
I actually was, I wanted to take but a moment out of my day to, well, I don't know how to say this, congratulate you? Yes.
Yes. Of course. I was quite surprised at how well the play did. we our rap party definitely went a little bit overboard, and then all the excitement, as you can imagine, being a performer yourself, performer of great magnitude.
Well, yes. Now that you mention it, I don't remember droves like this since I was on the stage. Not going to lie, I didn't know you had it in you, Atlantis. Um, and I'm sure the Gede will be more than thankful. Uh, keep up the good work.
Of course, we still have tonight's play to prepare for. I should probably have a talk with Melinda and the Bringers. Speaking of, I will be bringing breakfast to my room. 3 breakfasts. Just for no particular reason, of course.
Ah, yes. Just remember, Atlantis. This is my circus. I do see everything.
Of course.
Have fun.
Confirmed, Gloombringer is a peeping Tom.
My head. All right, let's get that breakfast, I suppose.
As we fade from this moment of levity and find ourselves once again in darker places. Now, House Mata, lying on the edge of Darkhold, is assuredly one of the more sinister places on Torah. Even the air around it seems foul. And even the princess seems unnerved to be here. Stark, or Lord Van Heinrich.
Please, Princess. You may just call me Stark. There is no need for honorifics between us.
I have to admit to you, I am afraid. My
Understandable.
sisters are far stronger than I am. And they are gone now. I can only imagine what that means for me.
Well, you've brought me, and I'll let you in on a little secret. I am stronger than your sisters. Now, let's get to work. Yes.
And braver. They've spoken about you. Or at least they did when they were here before. My sisters. The stray
Really?
empire that came from seemingly the mist itself. Slew one of the oldest clan leaders and everyone in their clan, and took the power for themselves. I never thought it was the truth, that there had to be more to it. There is a lot of speculation.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure you could enlighten me. And as she says this, you're pushing open the door to the manor. And inside you can see that it's clearly a little unkempt. Hasn't been taken care of. Remnants of the party still left behind. Not a single candle lit. But she presses forward. Perhaps you would clue me in as to what makes you so special. Is it truly the blood that runs through your veins?
I'll give you a clue. Hmm. You are on the right track, yes. My blood does set me apart from everyone in Darkhold. For now, that is all you will get. Perhaps after we finish here, you may learn more.
Very well. I will see to it. You're something of a curiosity, you know.
I've been told, yes.
Even I can't read you.
Not many can. And those who did are all dead.
Sorrow. Sadness. A deep kind. Not just the longing for life and death that sometimes afflicts us immortal creatures, but she reaches towards your chest and lets fingers rest there, where your heart should be beating, as she says, a deep, burrowing sadness. It stopped your heart a long time ago.
Yes. But that is a story for time. Not
Another
now.
time then. Very well. We will see to it that some of that hurt is healed from your heart.
Princess, There is no healing what I have. That I know.
As she
Time.
Oh, go ahead, sorry, please.
You good? Time is meaningless to creatures such as ourselves. I've had all the time in the world to attempt to heal this. This will continue to be an open wound.
The pain in my heart is too much to bear. Oh, whatever will I do with this pure blood running through my veins? You sound insufferable. It is
I've been
quite
back.
sad that it took this much. But finally, we at least will be able to grant you this. The disembodied voice that you hear speaking these words, Stark, is not the princess before you. Her eyes have been cast towards the ground as she steps out into the large ballroom. Echoing from the balcony, the voice of another woman continues to berate you. All the time in the world, all the power necessary, everything afforded to you, and you couldn't follow suit. You couldn't play your part the way you were supposed to. You made us have to come and get you. None the matter. It is okay, dear Stark Van Heinrich.
Ugh,
Usurper. Murderer. We will take the
yes,
pain
yes.
from your heart.
Hey, I don't know. Could you make this a little faster? I've got places to be.
Arrogant prick! You have been nothing but a stain on the vampire line since you've set foot in Darkhold. Had it been up to me from the very beginning,
Oh,
the
fuck off
entirety
with this
of Darkhold.
bullshit. Nothing was ever up to you, was it? It was always mother this, mother that.
As she steps forward into the moonlight that abides from the skylight, she sneers down at you, almost hissing the words. Was. Past tense. She is no longer. I am the Queen of Darkhold. And I have been for quite some time, though a figurehead had sat in my position for far, far too long. You're the last piece standing in the way, Stark. And I'll be damned if I let that happen.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Can we get this over with?
Fine. As you wish. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Stark.
Give me a second. something like that. You got junk.
As you feel a weight on your chest, one that begins to grow heavier and heavier. Soon, you can barely stand. And you see her, bloodied in your arms, the life fleeting from her. And you see him, the dog, the beast responsible. And you feel nothing but pain. You're going to take 3 levels of exhaustion.
The fuck is this? Is this a fucking charm?
It is not a charm, but as you reach towards your heart, you almost see a glowing handprint where the first princess, the one who told you she was an empath, laid her hand. You wish it was a charm.
I do.
Nope, just some empath bullshit.
Give me some of that bullshit, goddamn.
Maybe.
I want to put my hand on someone and just say, hey, you're fucked now.
Don't we all? I mean, you can do that technically, but it requires consent and a lot of things, but we're not gonna get into that just yet. Right school, different class. Alright? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But as these visions take over your mind and you come back to lucidity, you can't help but to almost buckle and drop to your knees. You see on the balcony, however, all of House Mata's daughters present, glowering down at you. And it's Camille who steps forward. Now, never again will the patriarchy be allowed to step over us. We will not be sold into betrothal. We will not be sold into marriage. We will not be used as pawns in a game. And you are the example. He's laughing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be intimidated? Princesses, queens, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves. I'm sorry to inform you, but you've been a pawn this entire fucking time. The entirety of Darkhold has been a fucking pawn. You've all been playing into my fucking hands.
You're full of it. You're full of bullshit.
Really? You think so?
You are standing before 8 of the most powerful vampires in the globe. You stand no chance.
Yes, yes, I've heard it all before. You are not the first nobles I have come across. Nor will you be the last. I did not spend my time in Darkhold idly sitting by. What do you think happened to that Prince of Was that you so desperately wanted gone? Did you think I'd let that opportunity slip by me? Did you truly think that letting me in on this little secret of yours, this sudden desperation to get rid of some unknown kindred, I find it hard to believe you are that stupid.
You
Or
will
that the
watch your mouth when you address me.
No, I don't think I will. In my corner, I hold the clan which knows all of House Mata's secrets. You know exactly which one.
Those same secrets have died with the old reign. You have nothing on us. You are crippled. You are alone. And we are going to tear you apart and feast on that sweet blood of yours.
I have many cards. Stark reaches out through his telepathic bond to Victor. Bring Faust and the Hound to House Mata.
Unfortunately, as you do this, all you receive back is psychic resonance. And you feel that same print on your chest begin to vibrate and press you further down to the ground.
Fine. Looks like I'll have to fucking rely on his ears.
Oh, you're calling for help? If only there wasn't a mental block placed on you. But you have all the cards, isn't that right?
Yes, that I do. Let's see here.
Pathetic. Well, I truly just wanted to see your face. But I'm bored now. I'm bored of this show you are putting on. I'm bored of your arrogance. I'm bored of your entitlement.
Entitlement. Talk about calling the kettle black. What the fuck?
You know nothing.
Are you
about me.
hearing yourself? Lords. To think I find your fucking mother more competent than you.
You shut your
Fuck.
mouth.
Or what? You're going to kill me.
That's a promise that is already written in stone.
Then fucking do it.
She lets
What?
out a blood-curdling screech in anger, coupled with the words, "Tear him apart." Roll initiative as the daughters of Mata descend down upon you.
All right, 21.
Hold on to that 21. We will be back as we slowly fade to black, where another dire situation is apparent. All of you being thrust to your knees except for Dream and Willy Wonka. The image that continues to apparate grows larger and larger. All the while.
Willy Wonka, best snowman.
Very that. All the while. That was Slayer. You are still under the effects of the command spell. However, just need to double check something real quick. It only means that you are prone. That is all.
Okay.
Do. Yep, you're just prone.
Okay. Where's my my adversary?
You don't see it yet.
Okay. I will struggle on the ground. Goddamn magic. Dream. Help. End my turn.
LOL.
I'll use a reaction at the end of my turn for Mark. But can I do that if I can't see my target?
No. I do believe you need to be able to see the target.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'll just stay on the ground.
End of Stark's turn. Or excuse me, Slayer's turn. My bad.
Excuse me, I will hold an action to shoot when I can see my adversary. How about that?
Oh, we love that. So is
I'm
that
like caught up
instead
in
of
all my mechanics. I'm like, let's just use a real one.
a regular one? They are
Yeah,
all
right.
real. Don't be mean.
I'm sorry.
A real one. What makes their mechanics any more real than mine?
Listen, it is 1 in the morning. I'm very high. Okay, I may misspeak.
You're gonna make me cry.
It could have been one of the times that I may have misspoken.
Yes, Stark, I mean Slayer.
You're also gonna make me cry. Why do you guys like to pick on me so much? What did I do?
That is funny.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
That is the end of Slayer's turn. It's gonna go to Tempo. You watch this giant shadow continuously form in the center of the room.
Well, I thought I knew what I was going to do until I heard that we can't actually see the creature.
There is nothing to see, yeah.
Other than this shadow in the room. So I am going Ben, do you remember if we gave me anything that lets me see invisibility?
I don't think so. I think we just did the armor.
Sad.
But sad has an armor with 2,000 hit points.
Excuse me. Okay, in that case, I will spend this turn bolstering my party as I let's look around and see who we got. I got Slayer, Chimera, and Dream. I'm going to use Intellect Fortress on Chimera, which will give you resistance to psychic damage and advantage on Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma saving throws. Use that. Excuse me. A little bit of indigestion. Shit. Sorry.
Save.
Bonus action. I've already used Trance of Order today, but I will use 5 sorcery points to use it again. As he again begins aligning his consciousness to Mechanus to give him attack rolls against him can't benefit from advantage, and I can take a 10 on attack roll, ability check, and saving throws. Action, bonus action. Movement, I am going to... I'll go ahead and drop the that force wall as well. There's not much I can do with it now. I'm going to just move over there. And then my turn. Double check something. Okay. Where is it? Hello? There it is. Okay, yeah. I can't use that.
Said hello?
I was like looking at my shoes, like, where is it? I can't use that anyways because we can't see it. Alright, then that's my turn.
Legendary action. Actually, no, I can't because I still need the round to do that. I'm actually never going to use that mechanic ever again. Note to self. Sticky note somewhere. End of Tempo's turn. It's Dream.
Dream's been huddled in the safe harbor of Crescent's wings.
I thought you were going to say the safe harbor of the Oompa Loompas.
I mean, the Oompa Loompas are a great touch. And Crescent is going to use their action to try and pinpoint the location of this disembodied voice, this shadow creature.
You said perception?
Yes, please.
With disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Aha, I do have something for this. Where is it? I was just looking at it. I will use Restore Balance with my reaction. When a creature within 60 feet of you is about to roll with advantage or disadvantage, I can negate that. So just roll flat.
Okay. Rolling flat. As 23.
The disembodied voice and the shadowy figure are very clearly two separate things. You realize this as the creature was destroyed and the voice almost immediately had something to say, more as if a summoner is on the other end of this. However, importantly, you notice that the shadows that are coalescing are slowly but surely taking form right beside Slayer.
Would you say that I could see that? Is that visible to me?
It is not a creature, it is an effect that is happening. But you can see it happening. So if you're looking to target a creature or target an entity with anything, you wouldn't be able to at this point. It has what we would call in video games iframes.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just not going to say how that's not technically correct, but so just carry on.
I was waiting for someone to
Don't
say that.
don't be that person that says they're not gonna say something while they say it.
Yeah. But I was also waiting
Well,
for
someone
that.
had to say something.
It's not going to be you, apparently.
So say it. So say it.
Okay, dear viewers, it's not technically correct because iframes do have an entity or creature attached to it, so you can technically target that entity. You just can't hit them during those frames.
Wow, Joe, thanks.
The technicality.
The more you know.
Do you feel better now?
No.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
okay. Is that the end of your turn, Dream?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I am going to hold an. Dream is going to hold an action to capture the summoner when they apparate.
Okay. Chimera.
All right. Willy Wonka is going to roll 3 times on the ground and then say, all right, everyone, if you're paying attention, this is how you get iframes.
You guys are dicks. No, you guys are actual dicks. I hate you guys so much.
Yes, thank you.
And then I'm going to hold a chocolate squirt. For when whatever happens next happens.
I hate it here.
It's a reasonable course of action to hold a chocolate squirt. I mean, it makes sense.
I hate it here.
I think we call that edging.
Shut up!
The later it gets, the funnier that joke is. Oh god.
As the round ends, and the lair action begins, the creature, this disembodied voice, once again speaks. Look at yourselves. Look into the crystals and see truly. You have already lost. You have nothing to gain from this. The darkest of you cannot light the way. The most righteous of you will fall to debauchery. And the smartest of you will never see it coming. And as you look up from your kneeling positions or about the battlefield, you see that suddenly mirror-like portals spring up nearby, showing you your reflections, distorting them, changing them. You see yourself in the worst light, in the throes of your greatest vices, and at the edge of the steepest cliffs you've ever approached. In this moment, you all see the worst in you. And even beside you, Slayer, you see moments that you regret laid out before you, clear as day. A hand reaches down and places itself on your back, and you look up to see the shadows finally form, taking the shape of an ebon-skinned humanoid. An elf, almost. You're sure of it. With eyes that glower with unnatural presence. Again, the disembodied voice goes throughout the room. Bow to the Dark Lord. Bow to her betrothed. The Lord of the Forbidden. As he drives a sword through Slayer's chest. And that...
May I shoot?
This is gonna happen before that. I apologize.
Okay.
I do know you had a reaction.
That's fair, that's fair.
But he will do this, and we will find out exactly what happens to the rest of our party next week. But for now, we will once again fade to black. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope the wait was worth it. And I hope you're ready to do our normal closing time things.
Ben, you have to say goodnight to the stream this time because you did not do the
LOL.
refresher.
LOL.
Missed your opportunity there.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking hungry.
We're gonna do our nominations and aspirations, and I'll start with an honorable mention. Carlos, it is great to have you back. We love a role player. We really do. So you're gonna be my honorable mention. You were away while we started this new trend, but I do honorable mentions to start us off, and then if we need it, then I'll also be the tiebreaker, which the honorable mention will be the tiebreaker. But with that being said, you want to start with our nominations?
Me?
Stark was my honorable mention. Yeah.
Alright. Does that mean I have to choose an honorable mention? Or is it just
It's just regular nominations like we always do.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
now to make it more formal, and so that way we're not sitting here with a delayed 1 minute silence while people decide who's gonna go first. I just started off.
I don't know. To me, I'm genuinely surprised by
Mr. Gloombringer over here. That whole with that little interaction between Atlantis and Gloombringer. I was honestly expecting Gloombringer to be a little mad, but he complimented Atlantis on his performance and seemed genuinely surprised. I enjoyed that the little view into Gloombringer. That's my nomination.
We
Nice,
all
thank
had a
you.
little view in the Gloombringer.
I'm going to honorable mention Carlos. Good to have you back. I was loving the responses to the vampire chicks. That was great. Can't wait to pick that back up. But my vote is gonna go to Willy Wonka for A, chocolate squirt, B, just really sticking with the whole script, and I want to give another honorable mention to San for putting up with it. Because they said yes and they didn't have to, and Chris also is saying yes and they did not need to. Really, guys, none of this is necessary.
Wait, but then who's your actual nomination?
Tis Chris.
Okay. Chris gets the
Willy
nomination.
Wonka.
Willy Wonka, excuse me, gets the nomination. Great. Let's perpetuate that some more. Chris, who was your nomination?
Alright, I feel like Son does deserve it. I'm not going to do an honorable mention, but a tip of the hat for just giving me this character sheet, 2 sessions ago, and be like, this is you now. And we've just been rolling with it since.
And it's been fucking hilarious, which I'm glad we did.
And I'm going to have to give the actual nomination to Carlos for the coming back and stepping back into the role.
And doing it flawlessly. Dream, do you want to be our next nomination?
Honorable mention to San for confirming that Toril is a sphere and is not a flat.
What?
But I gotta go with Willy Wonka. Chris had some amazing lines. I have no idea how you are that familiar with that movie.
You know, I noticed that too, because it's literally everything he says is a line from the movie.
Intimately familiar.
Intimately familiar.
It's a good movie.
I just got one of those memories. I can't remember a name that someone has told me 1,000 times. But no, you give me a movie from 2 decades ago, I got that line for line.
We love it.
It's 3 or 4 decades.
With that being said, Joe, you want to be our last nomination for the evening?
Sure, I'll be nominated. My honorable mention goes to Chris, because as a reminder, he did come up with the Willy Wonka idea when he was high, and he has stuck through it, even when while presumably so sober. But my vote is for Gloombringer. Not only for the awkward Atlantis Gloombringer interaction, but also for amazing me in combat, with those the rolls and the damage. I was just mind blowing. It's Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna throw that right back at you because your character is the best synergy for my character. You give me free shots on off turn. You give me a free action to double my shots. I just unloaded 6 bullets rapid fire.
Don't forget the 2,000 HP barrier.
Which will unfortunately be
that also saved me from a shit ton of damage. Yeah. Your character is the best synergy for mine. It's tempo's coming out all the time.
It's almost like you guys were on a team together before.
Yeah, it's almost like we have history together.
That I still don't know about. I mean, whenever you want to sit me down and talk me through it, that'd be just awesome. Because I believe you guys added that. I wasn't there for that edition.
No, you weren't.
So you guys
It
were like,
was-
hey, by the way, we're best friends. We are.
So it's the same story that we discuss. It's just that we added tempo as a third character.
Okay.
I was also an apprentice. I wasn't always a ward forged. I used to be an actual. I don't know if I was human. I haven't decided yet, but I was an actual character, and now I'm a warforged.
Okay.
Warforged aren't actual characters?
Well, an actual a fleshy person.
Not real now. Less real than they were before.
An actual person? Okay.
Hey, Small,
Listen.
do you have a nomination for us? If you're still here? Unless you fell asleep. Oh, no,
I
she's
don't
not
think
here.
they're
She
here.
fell asleep. She fell asleep. But that's okay, because I think it goes to Stark?
No. Definitely not. I think it's a tie between. I think it's a tie between Chris and Mitch.
I had a 2.
I
You
think
need to
Chris
start writing
also
down
had
these
two.
votes.
I know, I should have tallied them. We're gonna give it to Chris.
Woo!
Yeah, I think Chris got 3.
I promise I'll use this to murder more Oompa Loompas.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I have more advantage than I know what to do,
So-
so I really don't need an inspiration.
Before that barrier went up, I was planning to attack, and then I thought, there's a whole bunch of Oompa Loompas here, and I am ridiculously strong. I was just gonna throw Oompa Loompas as missiles, but then the barrier came up, and I couldn't do anything.
You know what? You still could have thrown an Oompa Loompa just for funsies.
Right into the barrier.
It makes like a
Okay,
little
guys.
squeaky noise, like a squeaky toy.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
it could have been
Legitimately
like-
what I thought, yeah.
Oh, that could have been perfect. It would have been just like, what was it, that floating tower where they drank the fizzy drink that made them fly.
Take your well-deserved point of inspiration, Chris. We are going to slide into our aspirations, which is the new part that you were not here for. Carlos. Blech. Fucking words. And aspirations are just things we hope to see in the future. Last week, some people asked for. No, 2 weeks ago, some people asked for combat. Some people asked to see some specific things. Some people just talked about some things that they like and want to see more of. But just to keep that conversation open and going, I'll ask you guys again. If you have any aspirations for our future, be it next session, be it forever from now, we'll start with Chris because you got the nomination this week. Any aspirations that you want to speak into the world?
Yeah, you know what? I'm having just a lot of fun playing this random character sheet. It's a little overpowered, I think, but like whenever we go into the dream world, if you just want to toss me a random character sheet on and say this is you in this imaginary world, totally up for that.
Go to the dreaming more and say random bullshit, and we will do it.
Yes, I join our games more often. Got it. Noted.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly that. Joe, do you have an aspiration?
I don't think I have anything specific this week. I just thinking of plans of what I'm going to do with Atlantis and Tempo in the future.
Planning is important. We love it. We love someone who looks to the future. Ben, any aspirations?
I aspire to keep the party together.
Ha! Good luck. Mitchell, any aspirations?
Ben stole mine.
LOL. Well, I hate to disappoint you both. Carlos?
I want more of me.
Okay,
Well, you-
show up.
Would you like more meat?
No, M-E, not M-E-A-T.
And you know
I
what
love it.
meat also spells? It's team. Ah.
Okay. We all are very happy to have been here at the table with all of you being the viewers who will possibly see this in the future or may never see this in the future. Either way, we're here, we're hanging out, we're telling a wonderful story. And the last thing that we're going to do tonight to finish out all this craziness is to name our episode.
A world of pure imagination.
These vampires be trifling.
All right, no.
I was going to say the other one that you said, Mitch.
I tried to make it a nice one.
Strange bedfellows.
Shot through the heart.
Well,
Strange bedfellows.
I like Strange Bedfellows. But I also like Shot Through the Heart.
And you're to blame.
You give
I let that
love.
with my heart.
What's
Oh,
something that
Cody,
ties... Because Strange Bedfellows ties together those two kind of well.
That brings in Willy Wonka because it's weird that all four grandparents are in a bed.
What? Chris?
I mean, they can only afford the one bed.
Alright. Enough about Willy Wonka. Name the episode.
Just saying that tied all three together. So
Alright, Strange Bedfellows it is.
I hate it, but he's not wrong.
You see that I caved, right? You see that I caved? That was for a reason. Guys, I really love you. And I feel like we could play that song where they're like, the boys are back in town. Because, like, we have the whole group together again. And soon, that means that we'll have the whole party together again. Very excited to see what that looks like. Very excited to finish up our Darkhold arc. And have our upcoming vampire lord seal his own fate. So we'll see what that looks like next week. As well as what is going to happen to the rest of our party in the dreaming, and what kind of STDs can you contract from an astral being. All this and more next week. But for now, we will say good night, stream.
Good night, stream.
Night stream?
Night stream.
Dream with me.
Gloombringer, I might need a greater resto.
Gloombringer, I might need you in general.